Welcome back to part 3 of the G.I. Joe Thunderclap restoration video series. Today I got the trailer vehicle, the final vehicle here. This piece is prone to breaking, but that's actually in good shape. What is broke is common. The antennas broke off. So I was able to source an antenna with the original post. This one has what was left of the post here. You're going to take that out and set it to a side. I don't want to match the wrong piece of the wrong part. So I'll do the antenna restoration here in a bit. First I'm going to disassemble this vehicle and go from there. So the front opens up here. Looks like you got to squeeze the canopy in a little bit. Get a screwdriver. Pry it out a little bit. I don't want to break these tabs off. So I only got this one vehicle. I don't want to compromise anything and have to order parts when I already have perfectly good parts. Get that one up under that side. Get another screwdriver. Twist it out a little bit. The easiest thing to get off. So get one of these sides off. It should be pretty easy. This side's almost off. Keep it up. There we go. Just keep working it. Take your time. Didn't break anything there. Go ahead and get the seat belt out of the way. Maybe. Well, get the missiles out of the way first, I guess. Each one of these vehicles has unique individual missiles. This part kind of friction's in. I'm going to be very mindful not to break this. Commonly broke part on this vehicle. Just get the screwdriver and working very easily. Got that out of the way. So on the bottom, there's these tabs right here. It just slid right off, no problem. I'm going to leave the wheels on the tracks. Just clean it up in the sink. Doesn't look like there's anything else to come off besides the seat belt. So I shoved it in there good. There we go. So seat belt's off. Tracks are off. Gun on top. Looks like this one might be able to come off. The one on the front vehicle, it looks like a one direction way. So there's the gun off the top. Try to get this canopy out if I can. The front one was not cooperating. I'm not sure if this back one will either. Much easier on the back one. So broke it down to its components. I'm going to take it up there and give it a good cleaning in the sink with warm soapy water. Soft toothbrush. Let it fully dry. Come back down and go ahead and do the same process I've been doing, the baby oil trick. Reassemble it. But first I'm going to go ahead and work on this antenna. Get everything off to the side. Alright, I'm going to work on this antenna. This is the original part. Snapped off right there. There is a part on the end of this that is missing, but it'll still fit down in the vehicle. I could try gluing that and just going with that, but I'm going to go ahead and try to drill this out. Got a pin vise. I'll take my time. Don't want to crack anything out. There's no reason to buy complete antennas off eBay unless you find the right price wherever you source your parts at. when it can be find a broken one like I did. I actually paid only $10 for this, and it did come with the vehicle itself. The guy had it listed as the front vehicle, and it was actually the rear vehicle. And I seen the antenna sitting on the side of the picture there. He didn't list the antenna itself. So, score for me. Just got to keep looking on eBay. You'll finally get the right one. This one I'm not going to go very deep with anything. Just going to work my way in. Give me a little bit of a place to put a small little pin post. Make sure you're drilling in straight in. You don't want to come out of side or crack anything. Pull that up. A little bit of that, so about that much in there. Go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. Main thing is starting the hole straight. Then the goal is to keep the hole straight. Without this, it wouldn't be 100% complete. I still got to source the driver. I cleaned up. Looks like I've been peeling pumpkins. Or carving pumpkins, needless to say. So, about 2 millimeters on each side. It's not a very big hole I'm going to go with. Just something to give it that extra oomph. Check my fit. There's not a lot there. I try to go a little deeper, but I don't want to go crazy. Worst thing is that I crack this out, and then I'm back down no antenna again. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the piece. I'll test fit it before I glue it, since it's so small of a hole. Probably still too long. Yep, definitely too long. Probably take that in half. Try it again. This is all trial and error when you're doing stuff like this. 2 small pieces. One's a little bit longer than the other. I'll try the little bit longer than the other. So hard for me to work on this little stuff. Sometimes you wish you had kids' hands when you're working on this little stuff, but the knowledge of what you have now, back in the day it was either Scotch tape or super glue, where you lost a part all in all. Just a little bit more and I got it. So I think I can actually drill that to make it work. Got a little bit more space on this end. There's that small little pin. So I drill these just a little bit bigger size drill bit on purpose, because if you don't hit that true center on both sides, you'll never line that up. But that right there is perfect length. I can feel it hitting on both ends. So I'm going to go ahead and put some super glue in the hole. Alright, went ahead and got my super glue. I'm going to go ahead and dab it down and let it work down in that hole. This small little paper clip. Drop it down in there. Alright, I got it down in there. Put some more on it. Let it sit. Go and put some on the end where it's broke. Push them together. Try to find the original break if I can. With that little post pin fix, it'll give it some more strength, something to adhere to. I don't plan on playing with this or throwing it in toy boxes or whatever. Just going to keep holding it together. I'm going to set that and let that dry. Very nice fix. Pin in there. Keep holding pressure on it. I'm not trusting it. I want this to be a permanent repair. Alright, so let that dry overnight. I'm not going to put this in today. You go ahead and clean this up. When I reassemble it, I'll set this to the side. I don't want to put any kind of pressure on that. Let it set up for 24 hours at least before I put it in. So if I don't get it in this video, I do have the antenna. Then I just go and drop it. Like I said, the part I took off, there was a little bit of a tab on the end of it, but I'm not that worried about it. It'll still fit down in the hole without that. This wasn't the part that broke off of it. This was the part that came with it. This is the part I sourced. But that is a very nice pin repair. So I'll go up here and I'm going to clean all this up. Alright, got everything cleaned up in the sink up there. Cleaned up nice. Didn't break anything. That's always good. Antenna is holding pretty good. Happy with that. Set that to a side. So first thing is I'm going to set all this to a side. Go ahead and take a microfiber and I'm going to buff up the canopy. Get some of that haze off of it. And they're tinted. You can't really see down in them anyway. What I've seen about this vehicle is figures that have any kind of helmet or larger figures, they won't fit. You can't even close the canopy on here. But I always want them to look as good as I possibly can. Take and pop this back in. Alright, take it from me, you do not want to pop this canopy out. Tried popping it in, did not want to go, did not want to go. Had to boil some water in a pan, take it upstairs, keep dipping it in, pushing it in. It does not want to go. You have one, the canopy's in it, leave it in it, clean it with the canopy in it. That was a pain in the butt, it shouldn't have been. But is what it is. Wipe it back down. Yeah, save yourself the trouble. Do not go through that process. Just a little bit at a time. You hear creaking, you hear cracking. Wasn't fun. Luckily I got it back in there without breaking anything. Sometimes that's just part of it. I call a lot of these G.I. Joe parts one-way tickets once they put them together. Don't disassemble them. Sometimes you learn the hard way. Sometimes you can learn from other people, but I haven't seen any restoration videos on this, so first I ever seen anybody trying doing this. Alright. No harm, no foul. Back in. So I'm going to go ahead and clean everything up with some baby oil. Probably speed the video up. Like to think I'm getting a little better at the video process. The editing process. Definitely, if you watch some of my first videos to now, it's come a long way. So I'll tape this, speed it up, come back when it's all done. Got everything wiped down with baby oil. Turned out real nice, as always. So now I need to put it back together. Step one, these tabs here go down in this little turn wheel system. They don't stay very good, but that's what they are. I wouldn't pick it up by that. Alright, canopy. These pins here go down in these little slots. Not hard at all. The gun, tabs here into the top of that. Set that out of the way. This is the part that scares me. These little pins here. Go down in those holes there. Just taking my time. I don't like the way that one went. There it goes. Separate it just a little bit. Push them back in there. Missiles on it. A terrible design for a missile launcher. Open it up, put the seatbelt in. Close it back down, turn the gun, and the last part, I'm not going to push it down in there, I'm just going to kind of sit it. It's the antenna. I'll push it down in there when it's a little bit more dry. I don't want to bang it around while I'm moving it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this vehicle. We'll look at everything pre-decals. There'll be a part 4 probably way down the road, but there will be a part 4 where I re-decal this after I wiped it off with microfiber in a couple of days. I like letting that baby oil soak in. I'm going to get the vehicle. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the full rebuild of the Thunderclap. Didn't have to do a whole lot to it, but I did do a lot of repairs just to give it that extra special touch. One of these missiles were broke, repaired. One of these tabs that hold these little bombs, glued and repaired. The gun, I made that little post in part 2, matched the paint, put it in there. And the last thing is the antenna. Oh, and these little side steps too. So the side steps, the antenna, one of the guns, one of the posts that holds these shells, one of these front missiles, total disassembly, and then total cleaning, reassembly. Very happy with this. It's going to look nice on my display back there. I need to source the driver. Decals will be coming up in part 4. That'll be much farther down the road. I haven't even ordered these decals yet. I'm going to have to get a list of the restorations I'm doing, put in some orders from Rattler Repros or Toy Hacks. But thanks for watching. More videos coming up soon.